Good evening once again, folks. Let's see. I've done a few videos about soundbars, whether it be the Bose 700, the Bose 300. My number one favorite right now, which is the Sonos Arc with Dolby Atmos. I think it's the best, and quite frankly, everywhere it's on back order. Well, I have a number two, and it's due to the fact of one, it's extremely impressive, and two, it's from one of the brands, dare say, that quite frankly I've always respected and enjoyed, anywhere from their 2.1 bar, their 3.1 bar, their 5.1 bar to now their 9.1 bar with Dolby Atmos. This JBL soundbar has everything. Everything with a few limitations. Their equalizer setup is almost non-existent, and it has, I think, 3 or 4 pre-installed functions, as in music, movie, standard, and I forget what else. And I would call it that. That's the limitation. But this soundbar brings the wireless experience to another level. As you can see, for those of you that haven't experienced or have seen this soundbar already, this soundbar has something very, very unique. It is a 9.1 setup, but it has 2 detachable, completely wireless speakers that perform at 60 watts with the amplifier in it, obviously. It has a dedicated tweeter and a Dolby Atmos. Inside the box itself, it has everything to wall mount, either both the bar and the actual detachable speakers. The detachable speakers work for about 10 hours, I'm to understand. We tried this out at Best Buy. I thought their demo was way better than all of the other demos, with the exception of one, the Sonos. The JBL has never really been seen as the top dog, but right now they should be considered one of the best, just for this innovation that, quite frankly, nobody else seems to have. If you get true wireless rear speakers or satellite speakers, you need some type of module, or you need to have them powered and then they're Bluetooth and then they cut off. Well, this, according to JBL, does not. I have read a few reviews where some people might have had to press the power button on the actual rear speakers and whatnot. But other than that, I mean, hey, Rome wasn't built in one day.
And what was the price for this with the subwoofer?
This with the subwoofer is $1,000.
So it's
honestly,
cheaper than the
it's cheaper
Bose
than
and
Sonos with a subwoofer, and obviously way cheaper than the Bose 700. The Bose 300 should be mentioned. It is a very good soundbar for its price. I mean, you get a really, really good smaller soundbar with, dare I say, probably anywhere between 300 and 500 watts of peak power. Whereas this, for $1,000, you are getting a gigantic subwoofer, which obviously JBL, quite frankly, their subwoofers are famous. Now, this to me, in its price range, is extremely good. All of you that have followed my wife and myself on these videos know that I am an enthusiast of the ON soundbar, and that's how we got started. To me, the defect of the ON is that the dialogue is not as clear as it could be with something this good.
And we've gotten a lot of comments that a lot of them come defective.
Yeah, we'll save that for another video. We, incredibly, did not get a defective ON soundbar, and we are more than pleased with it. So, with that said, honestly, the JBL soundbar, as you see, again, the 2 detachable speakers, they work for about 10 hours. That's a bunch of movies, a bunch of shows. It has like a magnet type deal, so it's very easy to connect and reconnect. I mean, connect and disconnect and whatnot. And obviously, you could place them anywhere in the back to your liking. And I would say within range. And in range, when it comes to things like this, I would say probably between 13 and 25 feet from the actual bar itself. For what we heard, which was just a few minutes, honestly, it really did sound amazing. And dare I say, JBL made something even clearer
Than the Bose.
than my wife's Bose. Okay?
No, I mean, now that I heard the JBL in person, I would actually go with the JBL over the Bose. And it's cheaper, which is another plus.
Yes. 820 watts of peak power, 9 channels, 9.1. Technically speaking, with the Dolby Atmos, 9.1.2. This is, technically speaking, the JBL 9.1.2 is in a class of its own. Just look at the box, look at the demo. It definitely is in a class of its own. No other current manufacturer of soundbars is doing what these people do. Detachable rear speakers that actually work really well, like really well. So just to end this really quick, some of you have asked what are my top 5 soundbars. I'm going to answer that right now. Personally, to me, the number 1 pick is the Sonos Arc Dolby Atmos. The number 2 pick is directly behind me and not by far from the number 1. The number 3 pick, we own it. The On soundbar, I think, is phenomenal. The cheapest, I know that there are some out there that say the TCL, but
Oh,
anyways,
no, we tried it.
Sorry, yeah,
That was bad.
I think the design is beautiful, but it sucks. For that person that actually made the comment about the TCL, sorry, buddy, brother, but I just can't agree with you. So let's agree to disagree. At number 4. I will definitely put the Sony 7.1.2 Dolby Atmos soundbar. It is an older soundbar, but for some reason it's still $1,500 everywhere. And at number 5, for my wife's sake, I will put the Bose 700 and 300 with subwoofer, or what they call their bass module. Those are my top 5. Honestly, I don't think you could go wrong with any of them. But as for my top 3, I don't think you could go wrong with either of the 3. I know that a lot of you will say Sonos, oops, or JBL, oops. But honestly, this JBL, you're basically getting a complete home theater system in a bar. So with that said, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for all of our subscribers and all the comments and questions. Stay safe, stay blessed. God bless you and your family. But most of all, test negative.
And here's a demo that we recorded.